Yo, what's going on, guys? It is JD here, back with another episode of the No Money Spent Road to Glory, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So obviously a lot of people have got the game at Christmas, and in this video we're going to be doing a kind of a beginner's guide as to how to start Myteam at this point in the year, because of course in this series you've seen exactly how I've managed this account from day one. But of course, a lot has changed since then. There might be a few things that I do differently, and there's definitely a lot of players you can get now that you couldn't get back on day one. And obviously, priorities are a little bit different as well in regards to the token market. So today, I'm going to give a little rundown of what I think your priorities should be if you are a new player to Myteam, what you should be focusing on, what the best thing to do to utilize your MT is, and whether or not to lock in sets, because at this point in the game, tokens and sets are a very hot topic indeed. So I'll give my opinion on that. So first things first, you are going to want to keep on top of everything that is today in Myteam. So the limited time events are key. So this one right here today is a fantastic example of a top tier A1 limited time event. So 2 free tokens after every triple threat online win. That is massive. They also do these for Domination, they do them for triple threat offline, they do these for challenges, and of course if it is triple threat offline, that is really easy. You can easily get up through the wins in that. Triple threat online, of course, you're not guaranteed to win every game, but even if you aren't great, you're still going to be getting a couple of W's here or there. And of course, they don't usually, or they're not always for tokens, they are for MT as well. So you can get some really nice stuff from that. So definitely make sure you are tailoring what game mode you're playing to what the limited time event is, and you can be making even more than you would be on a normal day. And then definitely stay on top of the agenda. I don't see many people talking about this or tweeting about it, but it's definitely something to keep on top of. If you are playing a domination game today anyway, and you usually win by more than 20, which I usually do, just put 3 Suns players on the end of the bench, and you're going to get a bonus 600 MT from that one game. It's not much, but it does all add up. If you do that for the weekly challenges as well, there's another like 2,000 MT sitting here. And then the monthly challenges, you've got about 20,000 MT for all of these. And again, these are things that I do anyway. 40 games of triple threat offline, 40 games online, and 25 card Evo. So definitely keep on top of the agenda. And then of course you do have the lifetime goals that you do need to keep on top of as well. They're not as key as the weekly and monthly ones in my opinion, because these are pretty irrelevant even at this point in the game. The triple threat online ones are pathetic. 25 ball drops, 50 ball drops, and then 500 ball drops. But even then, it's only for 5,000 MT. You get some bonus tokens for locking in your first East and West team for both the normal collection and the heat check collection. And then you get a 20,000 bonus from evoing a diamond to a pink diamond, which is good, but that is a long old grind, and it's only 20,000 MT. It's not massive at the end of the day. And then all of these, you do not want to be even thinking about getting these balls. They are completely useless. You do get the fireball, which 2K did tweet about a couple of about a week ago now, I think, but that is going to cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of tokens, and is not worth it in the slightest. So you definitely want to stay on top of the homepage right here, and you also want to stay on top of the community hub. Now every week there is a new community poll. It will pop up. There'll be a little banner in the bottom left right there that says new locker code available. It's not a locker code. All you have to do is come over to this poll, you click X, and you pick one of the 4 answers, and then you get 2 or 3 tokens depending on how generous 2K are feeling that day. But yeah, you can get an easy couple of tokens every week, which is very nice. And of course you want to stay on top of the daily login rewards. Even if you're not playing on a day, just make sure you log in, get the daily reward, because then at the end of the week on a Friday you're going to get the weekly wheel spin, which will of course give you some nice little bonus MT. You can get tokens, you can get packs, you can get some nice stuff of it. The last couple of times I've got like 10 tokens, so it is a nice little bonus. So the first thing you actually want to do when you get into the game is sell off your silver players. Silvers do still have the most value out of anything of the normal collection. If we come down here, I think they're probably around 1,500 MT at this point in the game. So yeah, about 1,500 MT you get for silver players, which is still a nice price. I would definitely recommend selling them for that. And that is actually recording this today, which is a day when they've dropped the Moments of the Week super packs, which are in the auctions right here. So obviously there's loads of silver cards being pulled, which of course has affected the market for them. So usually they would sell for about 2,000 MT. So if you hold on to them, you would be able to get a little bit more for your money as well. So if you push this up to about 2,000, as you can see there's a couple that are finishing in the next half an hour, but not many. So if you're lucky, you can get a silver that sells for like 5,000 MT, but I would definitely recommend selling all of your silvers out of the starter pack as soon as you can. And in terms of the starter player, it doesn't really matter who you take. So back in the day, at the start of the game, I picked Tracy McGrady as my Evo card from the start. They're good cards, but there is no point really Evoing them at this point in the game when you can just buy cards that are even better than them for a really, really cheap price. So don't worry about who to pick. Pick any of them. If I had to pick one now, I'd probably go for Derek Rose, just because he does look like a very fun, energetic card. But T-Mac is also a very, very good addition. So sell all your silvers, and you will have a little bit of MT to play with, and you can go ahead and start picking up some nice budget cards to add into your lineup. So first things first, you're going to want to come down to the Moments of the Week set, and you're always going to want to look at the Ruby cards. So these are always going to be super, super cheap. So Jamal Murray coming in at 1500 MT, a fantastic card. Jordan Clarkson, again, another decent card, about 1000 MT. Come over here, you've got Norman Powell, again, a fantastic card, coming in, again, around 1,500 MT. So you can pick up some really, really good cards for super cheap. So straight away, you can go up to having a full Ruby team, basically, that is going to be so, so powerful. So getting a decent team is not a problem at all. It's about getting to that elite level, which will, of course, take some time. But definitely get yourself some really good budget cards. I made a video a couple of days ago, talking about the best budget players you can get for about 2,000 MT per position. I gave 2 players per position. So if you are interested in getting a full team, then be sure to check out that video as I run down each player's stats and their prices. But yeah, so you want to do that. You'll have a good starting 5 in literally like 10,000 MT. It's ridiculous how little it actually takes. And if you do actually need those 10,000 MT, then you want to come down to the challenge section, and you always want to stay on top of monthly challenges. Well, they are coming out about once every month at the moment, to be fair. You want to stay on top of moments challenges. So I've, of course, completed all of these. These ones were out weeks and weeks ago. It's been a long time since they have been updated, but you get some really good stuff. So for this one, it was a standard heat check pack. For this one, it was 6 tokens, and for this one, it was 4,000 MT, which is not bad at all. So you can get some good amounts from these. Of course, the weekly challenges aren't as good in terms of their actual rewards. You get 6 tokens for completing all 5 games, and you do get some decent amounts over here, and they are on pro difficulty. So if you do want to start out slow and really work your way up through the difficulties, starting on these weekly challenges is a very good place to go. You can go on rookie difficulty on the starting few. I'm pretty sure they are anyway. So yeah, start a couple of them on rookie, then you move up to pro, and then they stay on pro throughout the duration, so they don't get harder than that. So if that is your level, then you've always got these weekly challenges to play. But yeah, then yeah, definitely go for moment challenges and then spotlight challenges. Now these are a bit of a grind. They're a massive grind. Each spotlight series set has 17 challenges in, but each challenge on the first game is rookie difficulty, and it gives you an Evo card. So we got Dwayne Wade on that first one right there. Then we got Kevin Garnett out of there. We then had Clyde the Glide. We had Dirk Nowitzki, Isaiah Thomas. We had Dwight. We had Iggy, and we had Kareem. Now, some of these are worth it, some of them are not. So this Kareem has been good for me, but not great. Dwight Howard is definitely worth it. He is a fantastic card, a lot of fun to use. Same with this Iggy card. Iggy is a very, very good card. And you only have to play the first challenge to get the card, and then, of course, you can just Evo him up without playing the rest of the challenges. Now, these cards, or these sets, sorry, you do need to buy the entirety of the collection. So if you come over to the final game, and this is the same for every single challenge right here, you must use the entirety of the spotlight set, except for one player. It's usually the most expensive player that you don't have to, but for this last challenge that we had come out, which was the Kareem set, you had to have all of the expensive players, and it was actually a Sapphire, which you didn't need, which was a bit strange. But yeah, so obviously in the Spotlight Series challenges, you do get pink diamonds as the reward. For the first 5, if you locked in all, or if you completed all 5 of these, you got a Diamond Magic Johnson as a reward as well. And if you do these 3 and then the next 2 that are going to come out, you're going to get a Galaxy Opal Brandon Roy. So I definitely recommend just plucking away at some of these. The early ones are on nice and easy difficulties, and then it does go up to All-Star, and it goes up to the Superstar. But if they are tough, like this one, you have to get 30 rebounds. They put it back down to rookie difficulty, so nothing is too unattainable. The only tough ones are a blocks challenge with Dwight. We need to get 9 blocks. That's not easy. And there's one we have to get 20 rebounds with Dirk. And again, that is not easy either. So you've got challenges you can play. Moment challenges, definitely prioritize because you can get the biggest rewards out of those. And of course, if you do spotlights, you're going to get some Evo cards as well. So then you want to come on down to Triple Threat Offline. Again, a really, really nice, easy game mode to ease yourself into 2K. And you can see there in the first couple of wins, you're getting a token pretty much every game. and even when you just hit 3 tokens, you want to come down to the Amethyst board, the Emerald reward board, and you want to go ahead and pick yourself up. No, they don't show them there, do they? You want to go and have them pick yourself up the Emerald Sean Bradley. Right here, this guy right here, 7'6". I've played 139 games with him, probably a lot more than that due to rage quits and whatnot, but he comes in at 7'6", 89 block, 80 interior D, and 80 rebounding, and that is literally all you need. He is so good. If I'm actually running in triple threat offline, I'll actually put him into... Oh, there we go. He's actually in my squad right there. So I was evoing up Lucius Allen. I put a bronze card in, and then I put Sean Bradley in for his defense. So that is a card that you need to get. He makes grinding offline so much easier, and he actually makes it pretty fun because some of the blocks he gets are ridiculous, and also he is nice and cheap to buy contracts for as well, and that is very, very key. So in triple threat offline, you want to get yourself up to 15 wins nice and quickly. Get that Evo Sapphire... yeah, he does start as a Sapphire Gerald Green, and then he evos up to the Ruby level. That is a really nice card. Then you get a couple of packs along the way. You're still making some tokens. You're getting a couple more packs. Again, you're getting a couple more tokens. This Darius Miles isn't great. So to begin with, I would say just aim for that Gerald Green, who was down at literally just 15 wins. So that is an absolute doddle. And then when you're getting a bit more time, you can start to come up here. 75 wins is when you first get a decent reward, and that is a Diamond Consumers pack. And of course, after that, you get 100 wins. This Desmond Mason card is fantastic. I would say if there was one card that you can actually grind for that is reasonably attainable, 100 wins to get up to an Amethyst Desmond Mason, who of course evos up to a Diamond card like I've evoed up mine. And he is a fantastic card. Even at this point in the game, that is a very, very usable card. And again, you don't have to pay anything to get him. You just have to put the time in to get 100 wins. You can get about 10 wins an hour. So you're looking at about 10 hours of gameplay to get an Amethyst card, which can evo up to a Diamond, which is a very, very good card. So you don't have to pay anything for him, and you get a solid shooting guard. And then you come on to Domination as well. Now, when I was doing this, I was sort of rotating between everything. I was rotating between challenges, triple threat offline, and Domination. I have, of course, recently, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, completed all 3 Dominations. So it's a hell of a grind, but I managed to get it done. And you do get some really nice stuff, especially from the beginner ones. No, where are we? From the first set of Domination. So you get 3 packs actually. So you get 3 chances of getting contracts, and more often than not, you do actually get contracts out of all 3 packs. And you get Evo players as well, which are very, very fun to play with. So you get plenty of packs from that first Domination. Move on to Historic, and you're still getting 2 packs, which is good for, again, contracts. You're actually earning quite a bit more MT. And then when you get onto the all-time Domination, you are just making MT and tokens out of everywhere. You get so much for each game. And when you get onto the final challenges, you're earning like 40 tokens per game. It is ridiculous. And of course, you're going to get some nice cards along the way. Sam Jones, not the best card at this point in the game, but still a decent-ish card to add into your squad. Dale Ellis, still a very nice card. Sean Kemp, pretty much unusable, which is such a shame. For the final reward of all-time Domination, 2K making him pretty much unusable is, pretty sad, but that is just the way it goes. So Domination is, of course, very worth it. It is every single year, but Triple Threat Offline this year has really taken over, in my opinion. After 100 wins, you can get a Amethyst card that evens up to a Diamond, whereas you'd have to play 33 games to get the Amethyst, and then another 33 games to get the Diamond. And those games are 5-minute quarters. They are no joke. You're looking at about half an hour per game. So in terms of time management, Triple Threat Offline is definitely the place to go. But first things first, you want to look at the moment challenges, and then do a couple of spotlights, the easy ones, just to get a couple of Evo cards that you can actually play with and have fun and get up to. You can take cards up without paying any money at all. You can get yourself to Pink Diamond. Like these later ones got up to Pink Diamond. Kareem, Iggy, I believe, and Isaiah Thomas go up to Pink Diamond, and Dwight, I don't think Dwight does. He might do. No, he does, because Clyde definitely does. KG doesn't. I don't think KG does. I think that's when it switched over from fully evoing up to diamonds to pink diamonds. I don't know why I was just thinking about it then when I can come down here. So yeah, KG fully evoed to amethyst, and the rest of them go up higher. So Kareem goes up to a pink diamond, Iggy to a pink diamond, Isaiah Thomas to a diamond, IT only goes to a diamond, Dirk only goes to a diamond, and Dwight goes to pink diamond. So 3 of them that evo up to pink diamond. Now the requirements are ridiculous. They're going to take you a long time, but you know, you can get pink diamonds for free without having to pay a single thing, which is, of course, very, very nice indeed. So we move over to the multiplayer section. Now, multiplayer challenges, you get a couple of challenges that come up every week. So these are the new ones that have just come out today. As you can see, I usually complete the one that is for tokens, so I usually do this game, which I will do for this week as well, which gets you 6 tokens. Just for one game, nice and easy. And to be honest, you probably should pay this one as well for 2,500 just for playing one game. Again, that's not bad. You're going to get about 500 to 1,000 as well in game coins as well, depending on how quickly your opponent quits. So you're looking at about 3,000 MT for one game. Not too bad. And like I said, if you get an early rage quit, you're getting 2,500 for like 5 or 10 minutes worth of work, which is not bad. So yeah, I might actually go through these. I need the MT. As you can see, I only have 8, but trust me guys, my account is in a very, very good position. Then we move on to Myteam Unlimited. Now this game mode is not worth it in the slightest. For many, many reasons. So, reason number 1, the players of the month are not that desirable. So, at the moment, we've got this Pink Diamond Clyde the Glide. If we come down here, we have got a Diamond Clyde the Glide, who is evoed up fully. He came from the Spotlight Series Challenges, and he is just as good. He's not as good, but he's just as good. He only misses a few stats and a few badges from the Pink Diamond one, and it's just not worth the stress of trying to go 12. I know we come down here, Baron Davis was definitely worth it. That card is fantastic. Amare's good, not like worldly. And then we also had a Diamond Larry Bird, which I didn't get. We've got the Clyde, and then we've got a Dirk Nowitzki, who is yet to be released. And when you get all 5, you get the Galaxy Opal Julius Erving. But at this point in the game, I don't even think it's that worth it. Like, we're going to get the Galaxy Opal Brandon Roy if we come over to Spotlight Series chat. So this mystery player is a Galaxy Opal Brandon Roy that has been confirmed many times by the 2K Twitter. And we only need 2 more players here, and we're going to get a Diamond, Pink Diamond. And that's just for offline play. We don't have to worry about sweating it out online. Another reason why it's not worth it is because the actual rewards itself, looking past that player, are not great. So at the moment, there is still the Amare there. Not sure why he's there. Last month, it was Baron Davis. So Amare is just hanging on for dear life. He just does not want to go. But other than that, you only get 8,000 MT and 20 tokens for going 12-0. That is not worth it in the slightest. It's so sweaty. It's laggy. Well, it usually is laggy. There's usually some sort of delay. It's not that fun to play. The pressure is just ridiculous to not lose a single game out of 12, to not get a disconnect, to not running into someone who's cheating or hacking or whatever. So it's not really worth it. And if you like lose a couple of games, if you get 10 wins, you only get 5,500 MT and 15 tokens. So it is not worth it in the slightest. This game mode right here is 100% worth it. Triple Threat Online, is amazing. I've only really discovered it in the last 15 games. So I've only won 15 games of it. But even in those 15 games, I am so impressed with the rewards, with how quickly you can go through the games, with how fun it is, because you can throw down some really, really nice dunks. And I'm actually going to be playing in this time span right here, so 8 PM to 10 PM. I'm going to be playing in that and seeing how many tokens I can rack up in a good session of Triple Threat Online, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. It's the easiest mode to make MT and tokens, but of course it is online, so you're not going to win every time, whereas in Triple Threat Offline, of course, you're going to be winning pretty much every game. So that is something to keep in mind, but once you get a bit of confidence playing the offline stuff, definitely jump into Triple Threat Online and the multiplayer challenges as well, and you can really start going up through the reward board. So with the Emeralds, the only one that really stands out to me is Sean Bradley, and of course there's one guy at the Sapphire level who you need to pick up, and that is going to be our guy George Murasan. There's another one actually, our guy Scott Skiles. So Scott Skiles coming in as a point guard. You need him, 127 games, because he's got Hall of Fame Dimer and Gold Floor General. So if you're doing any challenges where you need a card to score a lot of points, this guy is going to make that so much easier. And then the other card is George Murasan coming in. It says 48 games. I've played so many more with him. 7'7", of course. And he comes in with the 87 block, 81 interior D, and the 80 offensive or 80 rebounding, defensive and offensive. So he's just a better version of Sean Bradley. He's just bigger, he's bulkier, he just feels stronger. And then Scott Skiles is great on the offensive end as well. So definitely get yourself those guys. You can get yourself to that position pretty quickly, as we have got a couple of things that have sold. Hidu Soku sold and Elmon Rose sold. That's very nice indeed. And then this is where you want to avoid. You want to avoid the pack market like it is the plague. So obviously the temptation is there for some people to actually open these packs. 10,000 MT for one pack, for one chance at getting these cards. That is an absolute rip-off in my opinion. Of course, there are cheaper packs. You can go down to, well, the cheapest is actually 3,700 MT, which is still ridiculous. So never, ever spend MT on packs. That is a absolute golden rule of my team. Never do it. It is just an absolute coin sink. You might open one pack and get ridiculously lucky, but that is all it is. It is luck. It is not a long-term thing. You cannot keep opening packs with MT and actually come out with profit at the end of it. It is just a losing game, so do not get sucked in to opening up packs. You get enough free ones through the daily logins, and of course if you play Triple Threat offline you're going to get packs. If you play Triple Threat online you're going to get packs. So there's other ways, and the moments challenges as well. There's other ways to get packs than spending MT. So do not spend MT. That is a big key. And while we're on here talking about packs, you also want to look out for locker codes at 2K drop, because you do get a couple of packs from that. So you want to come over to this section right here and the locker code section. And yeah, to keep on top of their Myteam Twitter account. Obviously, people in the community like Shake, they tweet out pretty much every code as well. But yeah, you really want to stay on top of them. If you're watching this video before January the 1st, then there is the Christmas locker code, which is an incredible code, and you need to put that in because it guarantees you either a pink diamond, a diamond Zion Williamson, 75 tokens, or 30,000 MT. So that is a hell of a locker code. So you definitely want to get that put in. So yeah, they usually drop one about once a week if we're lucky. And of course, every little helps. You know, even if you get a couple of thousand MT, it is still adding to your club. So definitely keep on top of locker codes. And then we move on to your actual collection. So this is where you can get a little bit caught up with your eye getting turned by something. So if you come down right to the bottom here, you see a Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis. You think, God damn, that'd be pretty cool to get. No, it wouldn't. It's going to be absolutely unattainable for many months. 2,900 cards you need for that. The most someone has at the time of recording this video is Jalen Rose. Nobody in the world has Scottie Pippen. So there aren't even 2,300 cards in the game yet. So there needs to be another 600 cards added just to be able to get... Wow, I just repeated myself then. Just to be able to get the Anthony Davis, and it is just not worth it in my opinion. You can see I'm nearly 1,800, so I have got myself up here, but that is because I have very good account management in my opinion. Then we come down here, and we're going to talk about locking in sets. So I have completed pretty much every one of these current NBA 20 sets. I haven't got these ones with the Amethyst. I'm not paying a ridiculous amount for the Amethyst, and I would highly suggest you guys don't either. At the moment, they're still selling for like 13 to 15k by the looks of it, which is kind of mad, considering they are just Amethyst cards. There are better out there by far than these bog standard Amethysts. But yeah, they're still very expensive, so definitely don't lock them in. In terms of the actual sets here, I was paying no more than 2,500 MT for each player. For each silver, sorry, out of every other card. So golds, emeralds, sapphires, rubies, and bronzes, I was paying no more than 1,000 MT for. And of course, these all lock in for 20 tokens, and then the heat check sets lock in for 25. Now, what I would suggest you guys to do is lock in one team from the east, one team from the west, and then same thing for the heat check. So I've only locked in one from the east and one from the west in the heat check, and then I wouldn't recommend locking in any more, because this year the token market is not your friend. Last year it was incredible, this year not so much. Now hopefully, if you're watching this video in the future in like a couple of months, hopefully they've updated this and there's actually some nice cards in here, but at the moment it is pretty damn drab. There's no pink diamonds that are actually worth it. The Galaxy Opal board is, of course, very nice. You've got the Opal David Robinson looking very good. But in terms of the diamonds, again, nothing really crazy. Not even any good rubies this year. Amethyst, again, not that many that are good. So it's very sad times in the token market. So you don't actually want to have too many tokens. I know that's why I've got so many, because I haven't been spending them. But you'd rather have MT than tokens, that is for sure. So that's why I'm not locking in any of these. I locked in these months and months ago, so I can't undo those. But yeah, definitely don't lock in sets. Lock in one or two, like I said, to get the bonus from the agenda, the lifetime goals. But yeah, do not lock in any other sets. And then we come down here, you get all of these from Domination, and they do actually give you some tokens anyway, so you can get up through the token boards pretty quickly. And we come down to the premium sets, and again, this is just going to be a massive warning not to lock in sets. So this set came out and everyone was raving about this Diamond J.R. Smith, and then within a couple of weeks he was completely irrelevant. We come down here, lights out set, Klay Thompson, again, a couple of weeks later, completely irrelevant. And then even these moments of the week set, so Diamond Trae Young, I don't see anyone running that. Luka Doncic has now got a point guard card with the exact same stats. Damian Lillard, I don't hear anyone talking about him. Zach LaVine came out, and then literally a couple of weeks later, or literally the next week, you had a pink diamond James Harden, which of course you can sell back rather than locking in a set for. So don't get caught up in locking in sets. It's not worth it. I don't have any of these locked in, and I'm not going to throughout the entirety of the year. I don't imagine. I mean, I might do. I did speak about it yesterday, or actually earlier today in the first video of the day, locking in some of these sets, but that is because I think they might be good value later on in the year, and they are investments as well. So that's why I'm thinking about that. Now, in terms of actually making MT for your squad, the best way to do it this year by far is using card evos. So you have a look at some of these. A lot of these are untradeable, which is obviously why they're here and unevoed at the moment, but you get some of them that are obviously auctionable. So someone like this Michael Cooper, so when he first came out at the Amethyst level, which is his first evo, you can see there you need 600 points, 200 assists and 50 steals. I managed to get that done in 2 or 3 days, I think, and then I managed to sell him off for 30,000 MT. And that was just by playing challenges that I would have been playing anyway and playing triple threat offline and things like that. So you can actually make MT a significant amount as well while you are playing the game. Now, of course, you can go with some cards that evo up to ridiculous levels. And you come down to the uniform set, these don't actually lock in for anything, so I've got all of them collected, but I can't actually lock them in for anything. You come down to shoes, these don't actually count towards your card collector level, but I've got a couple that I have invested in. And you come down to the miscellaneous section, again, all of these you can't lock in, there's no completion reward for any of these, but there is actually for the basketballs, so you can lock all of these in. Gold, bronze, silver, gold, vintage ball, beach ball, and then if you get all of those, you eventually get yourself to the fireball, which is over here, which you need to lock in all of these 6 for, and that is just ridiculously unattainable, so don't even think about going for that. So that's why I haven't locked in those balls either, because at some point in the year, I'll probably sell them back and try and make a bit of money. But so we've got the pink diamond Gale Goodrich, and I'll be interested to see if there's any of him up on the market. There aren't, but again, at the diamond level, there's probably quite a few. But what you need to do is really, really work out which card is going to be the best value for your time and how much their requirements are. So like I said, when cards first come out, they're obviously a lot more expensive than now. So like I said, I sold my Michael Cooper for about 30,000 MT, and he's selling now for about 20k, which isn't too bad. And then his level at the diamond is 90k. So there's a 70-ish thousand MT difference between the amethyst and the diamond. So for example, he would be pretty damn good. But again, it would just come down to how much he actually takes to get from level to level, because every card differs, and they differ quite massively as well. So if we come down here, we've got Lucius Allen at the ruby level to get to the amethyst. So to get to where Michael Cooper is, he needs 200 more points and 100 more assists, which is quite a lot. So some players obviously do take a little bit less. Obviously, the players that came out earlier in the year took absolutely nothing. Like this T-Mac, I can't imagine he was too much. I can't remember what it is, but I imagine it was absolutely nothing. And then we've got a BJ Armstrong here, 900 points, 153s, and 40 games. Like, some of these are ridiculous. So you really do just need to be on top of it. Make sure you are putting in some good effort for your time. You don't want to be wasting time on this game. You want to be making sure that whatever cards you are actually using, you're actually going to follow through with. You don't want to be left with this. You don't want to be left with cards that have like half bars on a couple of them. It does annoy me that it's like that, but it is the way it is. But yeah, that's definitely a really good way. And of course, you can just start try sniping as well. So like pink diamonds, I don't know, for like 50k or something like that. I don't know. You guys know how to snipe these days. It's not too tricky. So that David Thompson is the cheapest pink diamond. So you just make sure you get to under his price, so about 20,000 MT, and then obviously you just keep refreshing that, and if any other pink diamonds come up, you know it's going to be an absolute snipe. So sniping is real this year, obviously, but evos are a great way to do it, and you're actually playing the game while doing it, so it's not ridiculously boring, like, in my opinion, like sniping is. We've got a couple more auctions here, another Hedu sold for 5.9, and another El Monroe, so that's good, get out of here. So yeah, evos are a fantastic way to make loads of MT this year. That is pretty much it in terms of a little bit of a guide. So you should be able to, like I said, get a really good team for about 10,000 MT, which you can get really, really easily. Do a couple of challenges, do a couple of agenda goals, and you'll be there in absolutely no time. Then you'll have a nice squad. Then you can jump into some triple threat games and some other challenges. Get your confidence up, get yourself playing well in the game, put a couple of locker codes in as well, and then, of course, you can make some big money off some of those. And then eventually get yourself into playing triple threat online and unlimited. But don't stress yourself about going 12-0. That is one thing I would definitely say. I don't even play this game mode. I've played it in 1 month. So that Baron Davis and Omari, I got them in the same month. I managed to go 12-0, and I've barely touched unlimited since then, and I think that was in October. So it's been like 2 months since I've actually played properly in Myteam Unlimited, and I am absolutely fine with that. I enjoy grinding the game. I enjoy collecting cards. I do not enjoy spreading it out online, so just don't do that. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Triple Threat Online is a much, much more relaxed game mode. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know down below if you have any other tips for any new players. But like I said, I think that's pretty much covered everything. It's probably something I've forgotten because there is so much to do in my team this year. I tried to stay on top of everything, but it is very hard. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.